would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines just one more time.
Okay. All right. I mean, I was gonna be done. I only walked forward out of just like habit. I just put my keys on my hand on the keyboard. Just when you think you're out, they pull you back in.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
God damn it. It says 7 of 6. Oh, man.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you
I was not expecting
to surprise
this.
me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
This one. Who's here?
No. The warehouse was the 4th place you found a Stanley, not the 3rd.
Uh-oh.
Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the warehouse feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
I can't walk back that way.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have
I was
happened.
never in this room. I have never been in this room. Ever. I have never been in any color variation of this room. Yep. I remember the under the stairs one.
Mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
This is actually hilarious. You found it under the stairs. That's the whole video.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
This fucking game, man. What on earth?
And then, Stanley, we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
Except now it's 12.
Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
You are in the present.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone. No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay. Is there gonna be more figurines?
Okay, yes.
Are they back
The room
again?
with the
God
red
damn
and
it!
blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes, I love that video.
Oh, this is true art. This whole game. This is...
Still don't remember the pink
There
room,
was no
Stanley.
pink
Still
room.
no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
You can't just say 16 out of 6. What happens if I go to the boss's room now? Okay.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Okay.
Look,
The
it's
jump
the terrible
circle.
new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact,
Especially
I
that
dare
one
say
pink
I'm
room.
actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more memories.
Okay. I was out. I swear to God, I was out. I was like, that's enough. I'm gonna be done playing this game now.
Oh yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office.
Yep.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And
Okay.
Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good.
I swear to God.
I did enjoy telling his story so very much.
It's just going to be back at the start again.
Here we go.
And go again. This is not the last
story
run.
Of a man named Stanley.
Oh, no. Oh, they're dragging me in. Like, do I go again? Is this the last
All
run?
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm leaving the bucket. I left the bucket behind. I left the bucket behind.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Reboot
Feeling
the
a
game
wave of
entirely.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It says reboot the game entirely. That's what it said. Hang on, hang on. What am I hanging on to? I'm hanging on. I'm hanging on. 7 or 8. It's nearly 8 o'clock. Nearly. What am I hanging on to? Oh. We started. Can I say thank you? You're setting the clock to time. You've booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know you care about this experience and you're paying attention. I don't even have any way to know if the times you set are correct. Tell you what, I'll make a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this game, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. All right, I'll let you get back to the video game now. To just... Haha, 4:20. Your favorite time of the day. Inaccurate. Clock. I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. To learn something how to set it. And it's good to collect your data. Wish we had more sliders. We've gone through all the sliders I have. Okay, you should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. I think they're just making me reboot the game a bunch of times. What is this game? They're literally just making me reboot the game a bunch of times. And I'm doing it. That's the cider. Until the dog and the cat are friends. This is just cider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. What is this? What's up? No, I'm good. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. There'll do. Which of the 2 words below is the most appealing to you? Scrumptious. Please don't adjust the slider. All right. Do you know what the time is right now? Yes. Is the time that is right now the correct time? Sure. What is time anyway? True. Something we made up. Yourself that you haven't told me. There are so many things that I haven't told you. Help. Okay. Will you come back and visit me? Probably not. It's very fun, but... Okay. All right. That's it. That's it. That's actually the end. That is actually the end. I am not playing any more Stanley Parable 2. Or Ultimate Deluxe Edition. That is enough. But they did catch me with the rebooting a bunch of times. I have a sneaking suspicion that the quit to desktop button is actually the only way to finish the Stanley Parable. You are just finished when you quit the game. Oh, it told you that? It did, right at the beginning. Right at the beginning it told me that. And then right when it gave me the collectibles, it told me that the collectibles meant absolutely nothing and that I would not get an achievement for them and that it was absolutely not a thing at all that mattered or did anything. And it was in fact correct. I collected all of them. There turned out to be more than 6. We ended up on like 18 or something out of 6. Still no achievement. It didn't lie to me. It told me right at the beginning, no achievement for collectibles. We're not doing those. You just get to collect them for the sake of collecting it. And then I collected them all and it just, yup.